Hi, I'm Mindy Sutherland,
And I'm Margaret Donovan.
and we decided to do Garfield Elementary in the Santa Ana Unified School District for our community field trip project. We chose Garfield Elementary because that is where we are both doing our fieldwork in student teaching.
For our ethnographic description, we looked at the surrounding geographics of the area, and our school is near downtown Santa Ana, which is by the historic French Quarters. So there's a lot of old houses there. It is also down the street from the Santa Ana train station and the Santa Ana courthouse. It is surrounded by recycling centers, metal recycling centers, which attracts a lot of homeless individuals who are looking to make money off of the metal recycling. And it also is surrounded by subsidized housing, which has helped improve young families coming to the neighborhood. It also has an old fire station and two small parks. This area is predominantly Hispanic, with a student population of 99% Hispanic students, as well as low income. About 94% of the students come from low income families, and 78% of the students are learning English.
So, this is just a large overview of the general area that Garfield Elementary is located in. As you can see on the map, the freeway is nearby, along with the train station, the historical French Park District, as well as downtown Santa Ana. You can also see that the Santa Ana Zoo is nearby, but not as close as some of the other things. This map shows a close-up area of the surroundings of the school. The mascot is the alligator as seen on this map. Across the street from the school, you can see the green star is the location of the subsidized housing. Before this housing was subsidized, there were more gang-related issues. This housing helped to bring families and stability to the community. To the right of the school, you can see the blue star is where the scrap and metal recycling yard is. This attracts low-income and homeless people that collect and recycle metal for money. The yellow stars indicate vacant lots in the area. These lots attract people who may not have anywhere to go and are used as meeting spots. My mentor teacher has had multiple situations of inappropriate behavior outside the school walls in one of these vacant lots that can be seen by the students from her classroom. The purple star is the location of the Santa Ana train station. This is a great resource for transportation for parents who may not work in the area and who may not have access to a vehicle. Lastly, the orange star shows the location of the candy store that is located just down the street from the school. This store is also going to be talked about in our photo analysis. So now we're going to analyze 4 photos that we took of the surrounding area near Garfield Elementary. Okay.
La Centrale de Lucie area. This is a corner market located down the street from school. You can see that the shop itself is named in Spanish. The translation is the Central Candy Store. This store is located about 400 feet from the school. It is the nearest convenience store from the school. We thought this is interesting to see that the advertising on the windows is geared toward children with its bright colors and cartoons. This candy store reflects the nutritional resources immediately available to students in this area. We noted how food deserts in low-income areas contribute to the poor nutritional habits and may also contribute to childhood obesity, which we know is predominant in low-income communities. As teachers, we can plan lessons that educate students and families about healthy nutritional choices and habits, as well as possible injustices that may be happening in their communities. Having a candy store in walking distance with a community of students that walk to and from school make this a popular shopping ground for students before and after schools, which makes it an important resource for the community, but also could be a dangerous one. This is a corner shopping center located across the street from a gas station and just down the street from the school. There's a 7-Eleven just to the left, which is not pictured. The 7-Eleven also reflects the abundance of convenience stores in this area, as we previously talked about. The Birria Jalisco is a Mexican restaurant named after a city in Mexico. This reflects the cultural demographics of the area and the desire for a connection to their Mexican heritage.
The beauty salon right next door uses Spanish signage in the window to advertise because the community is predominantly Spanish speaking. The Chex Cash store right next to the beauty salon also uses advertising in Spanish in their windows. They are advertising for loans, and underneath you can see that it says that they make it easy by only needing a bank card to give the loan. This indicates that the low socioeconomic demographics that this advertisement is geared towards. These communities are dangerous and are preying on these companies are dangerous and are preying on low-income individuals who need financial assistance. We wonder if this business is preying on undocumented individuals because they are advertising for quote-unquote easy loans that are not government funded. This market is just a street over from the school and is within walking distance. This is the closest market to the school, with the second closest market being 2 streets over. This market is advertising for beer, vegetables, and meat, and uses the colors of the Mexican flag to represent the heritage of this area. They use Spanish and English to reflect the made items that draw customers into the store. This wall also houses advertising that people post and is a community area to post flyers regarding jobs, rentals, services, and items for sale. As teachers, we can have students gather information from the community and discuss how they reflect their shared community values and how it shapes who they are. This can help them critically think about their environment and the images that they're experiencing every day. It can also help them feel proud of their cultural background and can help them feel part of a larger community. The signage next to this market is advertising money transfers, which is helpful for this community because they are sending money to their families in other countries. As teachers, it is important to know that most of the students in this area have family that live outside the United States.
This image is taken off of 4th Street, which is the main street that runs behind Garfield. As you can see, there are signs for school ahead, and directly behind it there is advertising for a smoke shop and a bar. Many families walk to and from school and are exposed to these images and advertising. Similar to the impact of the candy store, low-income communities are also at an increased risk of substance abuse. And although students may not be patrons of these stores now, they are being exposed to imagery that makes it acceptable and in the future more easily accessible. The older students they will be more susceptible to abusing these types of substances. This also attracts individuals who may abuse these substances and provides readily available resources for them to abuse, which can lead to inappropriate public behavior that students may unfortunately be exposed to, as we were told by a teacher at the school. We wondered about where the nearest police station was, and it was about a mile away near the courthouse, which was interesting because we wonder how quickly would a police be able to get to our school if there were problems with individuals acting inappropriately with these businesses around. And as a future educator, we found that it was really important to question the types of resources that are available to our families and students. For example, we wondered why there are no tutoring centers, where the Boys and Girls Club or other after-school programs that can help uplift students. And what about a local library? Where was that? Was this a good location to place a school, and how we as teachers can fight for a more effective and equitable business that can uplift the community. And we also thought that it was important to have real conversations about substance abuse in your classroom and ensure that you are being culturally relevant. Because, as you can see, these types of businesses are readily accessible to families, and we need to note that students may have people in their homes that do drink, and we need to have conversations about what that means and how we as teachers can help them live healthy lifestyles. This project helped us gain knowledge of students' direct environment. It helped us build a better understanding of the resources that are readily available to students and their families, as well as the environment they're being exposed to every single day. It also gave us knowledge of the predominant linguistic backgrounds of our communities, which we saw that most of the people in this community spoke Spanish and they were from a low income environment. This helped us this can help teachers with the ability to use those linguistic resources and cultural resources that we talked about in the classroom with lesson planning around who their students are. It also gave us knowledge of the safety concerns in the students' immediate environment, as we saw with the candy store and the local smoke shop and bar that were in the area, as also with the high rate of homelessness in the area that can be uh, that students are being exposed to. And this helps us better understand how those advertisements are impacting our students' lives and how we can intervene and also use those advertisements to help students critically think about their environment, and also helps us as teachers to better plan and connect with our communities in order to uplift our communities to become better.